coming. It's a very significant one this time in terms of space cooperation between India and the United States. India has decided to join the Artemis Accords. This is a landmark development as far as space cooperation is concerned. And this accord actually brings like-minded countries together on civil space and exploration. And NASA, which is the space agency in the United States, and ISRO have agreed to a joint mission to the International Space Station in 2024. This has been announced by the White House early this morning. So that's the big development. India has decided to join the Artemis Accords, which has been a very strong initiative on the NASA front, which has been initiated quite a few years ago. And ISRO had been approached to join it. Now, White House sources confirming that ISRO will be on board as far as the Artemis Accords is concerned. And the two countries will also be working very closely for a joint mission to the International Space Station in 2024. Let me go back once again to Rishabh to shed some more light on this. But before that, why is this so significant? And that's because India signing the Artemis Accords will advance a common vision for space exploration for the benefit of all humankind. That's what a senior administration of the official of the White House has actually said. And this will, of course, be formalized when Mr. Joe Biden meets our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Let me, in fact, go across to Srinjoy Chaudhary as well for more on this. Srinjoy, do give us a perspective on why India joining the Artemis Accords is so significant.
Well, there are several things that will happen today. And as you already know, that as far as space is concerned, this is something India, NASA and ISRO have been working together on. And one of the things that could come up now is a joint agreement between NASA and ISRO on something very important. It is the synthetic aperture radar satellite that both sides could be talking about today. So for civil space issues, NASA and ISRO are on the same page. And as a result, you will find closer cooperation between NASA and ISRO over the next few years. For instance, Indian astronauts will now be trained in America. That's an announcement that could well happen very shortly. And besides that, all assistance will come from NASA to ISRO and vice versa. Of course, the GE 414 deal is going to happen. The Predator deal is going to happen. But as far as NASA and ISRO are concerned, this is going to be a big moment, and there will be more. An agreement on rare materials, on rare earths, is also on the agenda. We'll have to see whether that happens or not. That will allow India to become a more carbon neutral country, because it will allow easier access of lithium, cobalt, and other materials, graphite also. So these are very important things which should not be forgotten because the Predator deal is going through, and also the GE 414 deal is going through. Yes, they are important. Yes, they will be very big. But these are also very important. And it has to be said, in the long term, the NASA-ISRO deal, the one with rare earth and materials, and the ones regarding telecom are going to be game changers.
And Srinjoy, as far as the space agreement is concerned, this is very significant also because India and the United States are in fact launching a satellite together, ISRO and NASA, and that's the NISR, which has also been spoken about. The other important development, of course, is that we have our own manned mission to space, Gaganyaan, in the offing, so we can actually expect a lot of cross-pollination between these two space agencies in the build-up to that too.
Yes, undoubtedly. You see, as far as to come to Gaganyaan first, the Gaganauts, the Indian astronauts, have so far only been trained in Russia. Now there is an opportunity for India to be trained elsewhere as well. And NASA has told ISRO, we are ready to train your astronauts. That announcement could well happen today. It's definitely on the agenda, and it's definitely going to happen. As far as the joint satellite together is concerned, That's the synthetic aperture radar satellite that ISRO and NASA are working on. And that too is going to be a very big plus for India and also the United States.
Srinjoy, what are the strategic implications of this? Of course, ISRO as well as NASA, a civilian space organization, but you can't divorce the strategic implications from what is, at the end of the day, a civilian agreement. You did talk about how we've been overly reliant on Russia in the past on the space front. How does this alter those dynamics?
Yes, it does, because you're absolutely right. It gives India another alternative. It gives India choice. Because so far we have been depending on Russia for all help vis-a-vis space. And Russia has been helpful. There's no dispute about that. But now India has a choice. As is now known that the Americans can train our Gaganauts. All the people who want to go to space from India, Indians, and there will be quite a few in the near future, they can be trained by the Americans. Now, India will have a choice. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You can be trained by the Russians, you can be trained by the Americans. So that will help India. The other important thing is technology. NASA has a lot of technology that can be useful, and that can be useful for ISRO as well. So that technology can be transferred. This is civilian technology. It's nothing warlike, so no one can complain about it. This is going to be a big plus. One of the big pluses of this visit, apart from these two defense deals, will be closer cooperation between ISRO and NASA.
Srinjoy, many thanks for that.